Hi there, my name's Rick Nostick, and for the next 20 or so minutes, I'm going to show you my own personal daily pre-gym workout. Now, I'm no expert, but if you do this properly, all of the major parts of your body will be activated. This is broken down into 4 phases. Are you ready? Phase 1 begins now. Let's start off with our neck. I want you to turn left, turn right, turn left, turn right. Now from this angle, I want you to tilt your head to the left, tilt your head to the right. Just want to stretch your neck out. Not too much. Just enough to wake it up. Alright. You're going to do the same thing by bringing your head back. Stretch that throat out. And bringing your head down. And you do it again by bringing your head back. And bringing your head down. And making rotations. Left. And now you're going to go right. Do the same thing with rotations. You're going to do both 5 of them. Alright, now we got that out of the way, we move on to our shoulders. First you're going to want to rotate them forward. Fine. Shoulder circles. Now loosen them up a little bit. And you're going to want to go backwards. Same thing. Circles to your shoulders. Right? And loosen them up. Do that forward again. And back again for a couple. Now, bring your arms up. One thumb pointed upwards and one thumb pointed downwards, and you're going to do rotator changes. One thumb up, one thumb down, 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 thumb up, one thumb down. Good. Now that we've got that out of the way, we can move on down to our torso. We're going to do some hip circles. First we're going to go right. And now we're going to go left. And right. We'll loosen up your spine and your hips. And we're going to go left. And now that we got that out of the way, now we're going to go to the calf stretches. First, we're going to go like this. And we're just going to stretch the back. Stretch the calf out. Now you don't want to lock the knee, because that's not what you're trying to do here. Okay? You're just trying to isolate the calf, stretch it out. And we're going to do the same thing with the opposite leg. Doesn't matter which leg you start with as long as you do them both. Again, don't want to lock the knee. You're just trying to isolate the calf and stretch it out. And we'll go back to this one. And we'll do it again. And now, before I get any angry comments, we're going to do this too. And you don't want to keep your back back straight and your back leg straight too. And you're leaning forward with your front leg and you're stretching out your calf muscle. Alright, you want to hold that for 10 or so seconds. Alright, that was it. And do the same thing with the opposite leg. Again, you want to kind of keep your back straight, back leg straight. That's not the one that, you're not trying to arch your ankle either, or your foot. Want them both to be flat on the ground. And you'll hold that for 10 seconds. There we go. Alright, now we got that out of the way. Now we can do the hamstring stretches, because those are important too. Balance isn't so good, so don't laugh if I fall over. Count to 10 in your head while you do this. There we go. Awkward. Sorry. And now finally, phase 1, we're going to go down and we're going to do ankle circles. It's best to have something to hold on to if your balance isn't that great, like I just so obviously demonstrated. First one, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, ah, see, I fell. 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't matter how many times you do these things, as long as you do the motions and, cover all the basics. That's the important part. Work on your form, work on your balance afterwards, but that's the important part. And that concludes the end of phase 1. Phase 2 begins now. First you want to start off with your regular planks. So you want to get in this position. Arms, legs locked, back, spine straight. I'm going to hold that for 30 seconds. I'm going to do that twice. Alright. First one, take a second. Deep breath. Deep breath. Alright, back into that plank. Another 30 seconds. Try to keep your spine and your legs in line. Okay, and you're going to do the same thing, only in reverse this time. Alright, what you want to do is now you want to raise your body up like this. Alright, you want to hold it for 30. What you're doing is you're strengthening your core by doing this. Okay, and you take a breath, and another one, and back into the reverse plank. Okay, now you're going to go into a side plank. You have to do this on both sides. First you're going to go on this side and you're going to raise yourself up on one arm. And what you're doing here is you're strengthening this side. exactly like I'm doing. Three, four, five. All right. Take a second. Your third deep breath. And back into that same side plank. Hold for 30 seconds now. All right. Now we're going to do the same thing. And we're going to do the other side. Ooh. Sometimes it's hard to find your balance. Don't worry about it if it's all over. Just try again. All right. Now we're going to take a second. 3 deep breaths. And back into that same side plank. And the goal with these side planks is to keep your side straight and in line. All right, and that concludes part 2. Phase 3 begins now. We're going to start off phase 3 with assisted squats. You can use the railing on your balcony. I'm going to use a chair in this example. You want to do this 4 times and hold for 15 seconds. Try to keep your back straight while you're doing this. Okay, so we're going to do it like this. Up. And you're going to feel the burn in your legs. That's good and that's normal. 2 breaths. 3 breaths, and we're back into it. So again. Try to keep your back straight. Deep breath. And back into it. And up again. Deep breath. Deep breath. Deep breath. And we're going back into it for the last time. And up again. Deep breath. Deep breath. Deep breath. Now we're going to move into body weight squats. Okay? We're going to do this 10 times, twice. Alright? If you're with me still, that's great. Here we go. And again, same as assisted squats. You're going to try to keep your back straight while you're doing this. Go as deep as you can. 7, 8, 9. One more, guys. 10. Deep breath. Deep breath. You're doing great, guys. 10 more. Okay, let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Made it this far, I'm proud of you. Up next, the calf raises. Again, this is where the chair or some other thing becomes useful. I'm going to hold on to it. You're just going to bring your leg out. Maybe I'm doing it incorrectly. This is what I'm calling calf raises. You want to do this? Oh, these are leg raises. I'll show you the calf raises. I'm going to do this 5 times each leg. There's 3. Good job, guys. All right, let's do some calf raises. All right, you're gonna want to do 25 of these. 1, 2, 3. This is simple. 4, 5, 6. You just step up on the balls of your feet. Flex your calf muscles. Now, you want to do the same thing, only this time you want to turn your feet inward a little bit, and you want to go again, 25 up, because now you're working the outside of your calf muscles rather than just the inside. Running 5. Good job, good job, good job. That leaves only the tibialis raises. Now for tibialis raise, you're going to sit here against the wall or another flat surface, and then you're going to put your feet, you're going to lock your knees, and you're going to put your feet out from you, you know, a goodly distance, so you're not stretching, but they're on an angle, all right? And then you're simply going to raise your foot. You gotta keep your knee locked though. This works out the front of your leg, right where the foot touches the leg. You do it with one foot and then the other, or both feet at the same time. It doesn't matter. And that's tibialis raises, ladies and gents. Phase 4 begins now. We're going to start it off with pull-ups. Closed grip, wide grip, and alternating grip. I am in my backyard, so I'm going to use my gazebo. Look at this, I don't weigh that much, so it won't be detrimental to the structural integrity of it. You can do this with any sort of height or pose. The jungle gym, you know, use your head, be creative. But we're going to start off with pull-ups. Closed grip. Do that 3 times. Take a deep breath. Now we're going to go to our wide grip. Same thing again. Take a deep breath. And now we're going to do alternating. All right. That was fun. Now you take 3 deep breaths. Now, normally at this point I would do scapular retractions. And then I would do 2 reps of 5, but I'm going to skip that for today. We'll do that at the gym. Instead, I'm going to take one of these bands. This one, not really meant for that. Then, you're going to hold the band in front of you, level with your chest. And you're going to pull it apart. Raise your chest. You do this 2 reps of 10. You can just over your head if you like to. Eight, 9, 10. Take a deep breath. And we'll do the second set. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done, everyone. Well done. If you made it this far, that's great. I'll see you next time.